Hello everyone, welcome to World News Today. Here are the top headlines of today. Trump says Iran better be careful as Tehran increases uranium enrichment. Trump and House Democrats shared in new intelligence storm. Exclusive: Zarif threatens all-out war in case of military strike on Iran. Obama says presidents shouldn't watch TV or read social media. Iran's Rouhani comes out swinging against the United States. And Justin Trudeau apologizes for wearing brownface. US President Donald Trump has issued a warning to Iran after the country moved to increase uranium enrichment beyond the purity threshold reached in a landmark nuclear deal Washington pulled out of last year. Iran made the expected move last week, putting it out of compliance with the 2015 deal originally agreed under the then US President Barack Obama and 5 other nations. Tehran had earlier warned it would increase uranium enrichment if the deal's European signatories did not help ease sanctions on its banking and oil sectors. Iran better be careful, Trump said on Sunday, because you enrich for one reason and I won't tell you what the reason is, but it's no good. They better be careful. He said before boarding Air Force One in New Jersey. Tehran has long maintained that it is not developing a nuclear weapons program and its enrichment and research is focused on non-military uses. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani warned as early as May that Iran would no longer abide by its commitments limiting the production of fissile materials due to Washington's own withdrawal from the agreement and increased diplomatic and military pressure on Tehran. On Sunday, Iran announced it had begun enriching uranium past the previous limit of 3.67%. The level of enrichment then suppressed by 4.5% on Monday. Behruz Kamlavandi, the spokesperson for Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, told Iranian news agency ISNA. Inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA confirmed that Iran had exceeded the 3.67% mark on Monday, according to IAEA spokesperson Frederick Dahl. A smoldering Washington intelligence mystery exploded late Wednesday into a full-on confrontation between House Democrats and the White House over communications between President Donald Trump and an unidentified foreign leader. A showdown over a whistleblower's credible and urgent complaint was revealed, first by the Washington Post, later confirmed by CNN. To concern the president himself, raising new questions about the motivation of the acting director of National Intelligence's refusal to reveal details of the case to Congress. The revelations are certain to unleash a new firestorm in the nation's capital over Trump's perplexing foreign policy dealings and the administrator's across-the-board efforts to frustrate Congress' constitutionally authorized role of oversight of the executive branch. But they will also open debate about the extent of the president's powers, which give him expansive latitude in national security. The whistleblower's claims are also certain to bolster the belief among Trump and his supporters that nefarious forces are operating within America's intelligence establishment to undermine him, a refrain conservatives have used in the wake of the Russian election interference operation, and they will likely further damage the president's trust in America's spy agencies. The Post reported that an official in the American intelligence community was so bothered by a promise Trump had made while communicating with a foreign leader that the official filed a formal whistleblower complaint with the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community. According to two former US officials familiar with the matter, CNN has not confirmed that the detail about the promise. It is unclear to whom Trump was speaking at the time. The complaint was filed on August 12. White House records show Trump had spoken to or interacted with 5 foreign leaders in the previous 5 weeks. The Post reported Russian President Vladimir Putin, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte, and the Emir of Qatar. Trump's private in-person meetings with Putin and Kim especially have intrigued observers. The Post's report, the CNN's subsequent confirmation, shed light on an intrigue that puzzled Washington for the last few days. The drama centers on the refusal of acting director of National Intelligence Joseph Maguire to hand over the whistleblower's complaint to Congress. The stalling had already promoted speculation that Trump or senior aides could be involved. After a standoff with House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff, Maguire agreed Wednesday to testify next week in a public hearing about the affair. There is no indication that he will hand over the report, especially in an open hearing. Schiff had sent rumors into overdrive on Sunday when he said Maguire had cited a higher authority in refusing to hand over the complaint and referred to privileged communication. I think it's fair to assume this involves either the president or people around him or both, the California Democrat said on CBS News to Face the Nation program. Iran's foreign minister has raised the specter of all-out war in the event of US or Saudi military strikes, and the Saudi Arabia would have to fight to the last American soldier. Iran Zarif told CNN that Iran hoped to avoid conflict, adding that the country was willing to talk to its regional rivals Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. But the possibility of a return to negotiations with the United States, however, would not happen unless Washington provided full sanctions relief as promised under the 2015 nuclear deal, Tehran's top diplomat said. He again denied Tehran's involvement in weekend attack on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities, which dramatically ratcheted up tension in the region this week. Zarif said Yemen's Iranian-backed Houthi rebels, who claimed responsibility for the attack, have stepped up their military capabilities and are capable of conducting a sophisticated operation such as the one that knocked out half of the kingdom's energy production. Probed further, however, Zarif is unable to provide proof that Houthis launched the drones and missiles. I cannot have any confidence that they did it because we just heard their statement, said Zarif. I know that we didn't do it. I know that the Houthis made a statement that they did it. US and Saudi officials have repeatedly dismissed Houthi claims of the responsibility in the weekend attacks. Instead, they have highlighted Iran's alleged involvement in the incident. At a news conference on Wednesday, Saudi Ministry of Defense spokesman Turki al-Maliki said weapons that missed their targets were found to be Iranian-made. He also said that investigations revealed that the drones and missiles were likely launched from the north of the kingdom and not from the direction of Yemen, which lies southwest of the country. Former President of the United States Barack Obama on Wednesday offered up his advice for clear decision-making in the Oval Office. Avoid TV and social media, which only clouds your judgment. What you have to do is to create a process where you have a confidence that whether data is out there has been shifted, sorted, and the core issues that are going to be important to your decision, you are able to see it around, Obama said during an interview on stage at a technology conference in San Francisco. And that requires not just a good process, but making sure you have a team that's got a diversity of opinion. The other thing that's helpful is not watching TV or, reading, social media, he said to a cheering crowd. So those are two things I would advise if you are president not to do, because it creates a lot of noise and clouds your judgment. While Obama didn't name President Donald Trump in his remarks about TV and social media, Obama's successor is a prolific viewer of cable news and a frequent tweeter. Obama has occasionally criticized the president, such as when Trump ended the Obama-era Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program in the wake of Trump's first travel ban executive order. But it is rare for modern presidents to criticize their successors. When referring to current news, Obama has frequently avoided using Trump's name. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has again denied responsibility for weekend attacks in Saudi Arabia and slammed US accusations against Tehran as maximum slander. Instead of creating a positive atmosphere, the American diplomats are trying to exert maximum slander on Iran with baseless and meaningless accusations, said Rouhani. According to state broadcaster IRIB, US President Donald Trump tweeted Wednesday that he has ordered new sanctions on Iran. He later said sanctions would be announced over the next 48 hours. It wasn't immediately clear whom the sanctions would apply to, but Trump has said the penalties that have crippled Tehran's economy since May 2018 would substantially increase. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau apologized Wednesday after a photo emerged of him wearing brownface during a school event in 2001. "I should not have done it. I should have known better. I didn't," he told reporters on an airplane, "and I'm really sorry." He said it was a racist photo, but he didn't consider it racist at the time. It was a photo taken when he was a teacher in 2001, attending an end-of-the-year gala with an Arabian Nights theme. He said the future Prime Minister attended that event with friends and colleagues and was dressed as a character from Aladdin, said Zita Astravas, speaking on behalf of Trudeau's party, the Liberal Party of Canada. He was wearing a turban. The existence of the photograph was first reported by Time, a CNN affiliate. Trudeau said he also put on makeup for a high school talent show in which he sang. Trudeau is running for re-election. He is in a virtual tie for the election with Conservative Andrew Scheer. "I stand there before Canadians as I will throughout this campaign and talk about the work we have to do to make a better country together," Trudeau said. "And I'm going to continue to stay focused on that and continue to work to fight intolerance and discrimination, even though obviously I made a mistake in the..." আচ্ছা এই লাইনটা আরেকবার ইয়ে করি। "And I'm going to continue to stay focused on that and continue to work, fight intolerance and discrimination, even though obviously I made a mistake in the past."
To demonstrate to Canadians that I'm focused on building a better world with...
That's all from now. Thanks for joining with us. Hope to see you later.